Three, two, one. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Sounds of Her Love, a game I almost totally forgot about. That's mean. It's a cute story. It's just not for me. It's been a couple days since I last played it. It is now the 19th. I last left off on the 16th, and all I remember, I'm over at Carrie's house for dinner. Let's jump right into it. Okay, I wasn't, but avoiding the dining table talk wouldn't make me look good to Carrie's father. I hear that getting a work permit is pretty hard, so getting permanent residence must have been quite a feat. Oh, trust me, it was. Originally, I was supposed to only be here for a few years as an engineer. Though I was just found myself liking the place, so I decided to stay. It seems like he was well-paying job. If he can afford to migrate here and send Carrie to our school, he seems to be like a pretty nice guy, to be quite honest. Hopefully he thinks the same of me, to an extent anyway. Being the guy his daughter had just dragged home, I wouldn't want him to dislike me. More so since his daughter is Carrie, making a bad impression isn't an option. Just as I am about to finish my meal, the sound of ringing chimes through the walls from another room, a phone call. Excuse me, let me take this. Mr. Irwood rises from his seat, leaving me and Carrie alone to ourselves once again. Oh, she seems upset. It would be a rude thing to say that I'm glad he is gone, but it's only because I get to spend extra time with Carrie. Alone, that is. Carrie remains silent next to me, much to my displeasure. I thought it would be easy to come up with a topic to talk about, but right now Carrie seems disinterested in my presence. Ooh. A sad look coats her face. Despite its beauty, if I could call it that, the fact that her expression has shifted from a once happy and content one to one of desolation, it's making me concerned. The cause of Carrie's dejection is soon apparent. Through the walls flows the sound of Carrie's father, a sound of anger. I tried to make some of the words out. Why is it my fault? You're the one who decided to ruin everything. We have a daughter, you know. Have you ever taken her thoughts into consideration? My own mood plummets. Taking in one word after another, this is the reason that Carrie's mother isn't here. The relationship between her parents has been crumbling before her, by the sound of it. I really don't want to get myself caught up in this. I'm irresponsible, says the one who decided to get themselves shit faced and pounded by their. You know, it, back when I was playing Doki Doki, when they started swearing, they swore hard. When Yuri dropped the F bomb and all that, and made me laugh and laugh and laugh. Seeing a game I didn't expect to even see words past pissed at hell and damn, I am totally shocked at this, and I'm starting to feel bad for Carrie now. The evening should have not gone in this direction. Carrie's father is probably kicking himself now that the dinner has just been disrupted. It's not very impressionable to argue with your wife in front of your guests. I won't blame him for getting carried away. Feeling a tug at my arm, I feel Carrie's slender fingers grasping my sleeves as she gently pulls on it, still carrying that same sad expression, the one that hurts me. I don't want to see her like this. However, what's going on between her parents concerns me. I don't want Carrie to experience the sadness behind that face of hers. Would listening for a bit really hurt? It's none of my business, but my heart is on fire. Go with Carrie immediately. Carrie continues to pull out my sleeve, conveying her signal up to me. One of sadness and sorrow. She must want to speak to me about something. I rest my hand upon hers, and I give her a nod, after which she stands with me and the pair of us leave the dining room for the lounge. It's not good to eavesdrop. That's a very horrible thing to do because just because you're hearing something doesn't mean it's the right thing you want to hear. Coming to a standstill, Carrie turns towards me as we both remain still in the center of the room. Nothing but a small lamp illuminates the space between around us, giving Carrie's sad, melancholic face an orange tint as she looks towards me.
Please, forget about what you heard tonight. I didn't want to get you involved in all this.
Carrie still looks towards me with those woeful feelings deep within her eyes. Seeing her like this is really upsetting. What we've gone through over the past several days means a lot to me. I'll do anything I can do to make her happy, even if I can't resolve the issue. Carrie, I don't want to see you like this. Please, if there's anything I can do for you.
Please, just stop.
Carrie's voice is sharp, as if it's tainted with anger.
It's complicated. I didn't mean to get angry. It's just her.
I love it when a quiet voice explodes. Carrie resents her mother. This woman must have caused her so much stress. This process is painful for everyone, but seeing someone go through this, it's something I can't stand. I want to be there for her. Carrie, you're an important friend to me.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Okay. I'll tell you.
In all my life, in all my dating experience, and all the girls I ever knew, it's never this easy to get information out of anyone.
You're an important friend to me, too.
Don't friend zone me. Ooh, where are we going? Carrie leads me out of the lounge without giving me a clue as to where she has taken me. Clearly, she wants me to know more. She wants me to be there for her. Knowing that my words reached her, it makes me feel more happy. Carrie, a person I have grown to enjoy the company of, is leading me higher towards the upper floors of her house. Our relationship has blossomed unexpectedly, flowing a friendship both of us cherish with nothing but pure passion. That was actually a pretty good line. I can only assume she is leading me to her bedroom, an action which would be typically suitable for this situation is for me to get flustered, overcomplicating things by assuming the most raunchy and far off situation. She wants to talk though. That I can tell from get your mind out of the gutter. That I can tell from what we were subject to downstairs. It's obvious that she wants to address it. Carrie leads me into the from in front. Carrie leads from in front, forcing me to divert my head in an act of politeness as to not to look up her skirt. Why is there always those jokes in these books, in these visual novels and anime? What's with the upskirts? I don't understand it. Everyone has their fetish, but oh boy. She can't see me anyway, so wouldn't know if I did. Now is not the time for that, though.
This way.
Her voice is firm, as if she has found something inside of her that is pushing her forward, giving her the courage to speak. Inside, though, she must be nervous. The entire situation between her mother and her father wouldn't be something she would easily talk about. I trace Carrie's footsteps with my own, as if to walk down the hall towards her room. As we walk down towards the room, her body is rigid, filled with a composure of sorts. I can't imagine how long she must have waited for this moment to be able to tell someone outside of her family circle what her life has been like. An unsettled relationship between her parents, her absence from school, her unexpected pure loneliness. All of that must have commute fuck it into an emotion of anger. I can't say that word if my life depended on it. I know what the word is. I used that word before. I just can't say that word, and it would be in this. It would be in this where I have to say it, and I can't say that word. Oh, Lord. In a way, I'm glad I found her. Though I can't be the one to solve her problems, I want to help her. We walk into a room painted in beige. Carrie goes forward and starts to undo her braids, slowly letting her silky hair float down straight. A way I've never seen it, something different. I prefer her with the braids, but maybe that's just because it's how I'm used to seeing her. She still looks beautiful either way. We can see her panties. God damn it. Carrie rests her glasses on the nightstand. Oh, I feel bad for her. Carrie rests her glasses on the nightstand and, taking a seat on her bed, the pink, love heart-shaped embellished bedding gives off a girlish vibe. I still feel as if they suit her. She holds herself holds a downcast expression, the smooth skin of her hands clutching her knees tightly. It'd be a cute pose if she wasn't plagued by sorrow of her past, no matter how recent they may be. Oh fuck, you're a pig. Although saying that a thin gap between her thighs is visible, leaving her underwear within view. I tried to avoid it earlier, but as Carrie starts talking, it would be rude of me to look away from her.
Thank you.
I hit the table. I hope that wasn't loud. For what? It seems out of her place to ask. It seems out of place for me to ask. Carrie must have a lot on her mind. She must want to say. Though I am confused by her gratitude. She thanks me a lot too. I wish I could just like. It just makes me feel uncomfortable because I think these kids might not be 18 and therefore this is really creepy. But this time there is surely more of an important meaning
For
behind it.
offering to help. It really made me happy.
Isn't that what a friend should do?
Friends. That's right. You're important to me.
Can we be more than friends? Carrie goes on, letting her emotions flow out from within.
When we first met, I was nervous. It wasn't even that long ago.
Hmm.
Do you know why? Why I held myself back?
No, but surely you can see that you've improved. You can talk to me fairly easily now.
It's still there. On the inside. The lack of self-confidence. Even with strangers. People who don't even know me. Always get that impression.
Carrie still acts as she hasn't improved. I wouldn't know that she is feeling on the inside, so I can't be the one to judge. Maybe it's just me she's gotten better with, which would be reasonable assumption. I'm the only person that she converses with that isn't within her family. A group of people which probably is limited to just her father. It must be painful.
I never used to be like this. Though I was always a quiet person. In the past, I never really had a good social life. There was this one girl who never really liked me. Thinking about it now still makes me feel sick and angry. It was 2 years ago.
This is breaking my heart. I want to ask her, why didn't she speak up for herself? Though actually asking it would be rather spiteful. A lonely girl trying to study for her exams, it would have been a quite stressful time. Knowing the education system, they wouldn't have done much for her, or didn't. I don't know if she had spoke to any teachers.
The year after, I was pulled out of school by my father. He knew something was wrong. So I spent the year at home. I told you I was ill, didn't I?
Yeah. So that was a lie.
It was. Sorry.
No. Sometimes it's okay to lie with small things like that. Accepting her apology would be wrong, so she had a pretty good reason to do so.
After it all, I felt nervous. Couldn't socialize. I feared a reaction. If I went through that again, I wouldn't know what to do. Then I came back and met you.
So it wasn't easy for Carrie to open up to me. It almost seems as if I forced her to with how quick it all gone. From a different perspective, I wouldn't be standing here now if she didn't want to get along. Nobody would outright refuse any interaction. It was just hard for her, for an understandable reason. It makes me feel happy that she had found what she had been looking for.
That girl had gone, so I went back. But I was still scarred with loneliness. Everyone knew me from before and stayed away. But you were there, and you gave me an opportunity. That's why I want to thank you for becoming my friend. You mean a lot to me.
Carrie stands from her bed, finishing by giving me a warm-hearted regards. Her warm-hearted regards. It's a thing which she has always done during this time we've known each other. She usually is quite polite. This, however, is something much more than that, something special, both to her and me. Thank you. I'm glad I could be there for you. You're an important friend to me, too. I told you that before, didn't I? Carrie nods and smiles, wiping the melancholic expression clean from her face. It's a wonderful sight. I know that our friendship means this much to her. It really makes me happy.
Thanks.
You're welcome. The pair of us stand together in the center of Carrie's bedroom, basking in the presence of each other. Around us is silence, barring the light sounds of traffic from outside. It's a lovely atmosphere, something which makes me feel warm inside. I don't know what her father is doing, but he must have realized we have gone. We have gone. Luckily enough, we were not in my house, or my father would be here at the moment we left his sight.
So, I guess you got to see my bedroom.
That's not all I saw. And it made me feel quite uncomfortable because chivalry.
I want to see yours.
Hey, hey! Now this is a different story. You come into my bedroom, different
Well,
story.
it's probably a bit messy.
Out of nowhere, Carrie throws me a jab as if she stands before me with a complacent grin. Okay, you can't go from the cute, sweet, shy one to a Sundari kind of character. You can't just do that. She is right, though. My room is a bit of a trip. Oh, is a tip. Is a tip? My room is a tip. My room is a trip. Even if I ever did have the courage to bring Carrie anywhere near my family, particularly my father, then the cleaning of the room would be somewhere on the list of priorities. Well, what can I say? You should take pride in your tidiness. Carrie giggles at my statement, an act of familiarity which I'm glad we could achieve. Moments ago, Carrie was recalling thoughts from a time filled with wealth of dictionary words. Sadness, depression, loneliness, those sort of words that come to mind. Hopefully, we can change the experiences of the past so the future she doesn't have to look back on the painful memories. If you didn't have that bookshelf, I'd dread to see what your room would look like.
I take pride in my books. Thank you.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Though, you're right. I like to look after them, but reading them comes first.
There's quite a lot of books there, though surely she hasn't read them all. Actually, I take that back. She probably has. The vacant smile as she stares towards the bookcase proves it. In all fairness, she's not the only one with a lot of books in her room. I couldn't even count the number in mine. All they do is gather dust as my room continues to be treated like a storeroom by my father, cluttering the house with all his publications. Was there ever a time where he actually wrote a book? Putting that thought to the side of my head, I glance at the alarm clock beside Carrie's bed. I feel like it's getting late. It's only 2 o'clock?
Oh, ignore the alarm. It's broken.
It seems as if we're both had issues with family clocks lately. Nonetheless, it wasn't for that, I doubt I would have met her in the first place. Realizing that I am in fact wearing a watch, I raise it up to check the actual time before saying it myself. Carrie is quick to the point.
It's getting late, isn't it?
Unfortunately. Yeah, I should probably head back soon. I can't even imagine what my sister might get up to. Carrie smiles, though that wonderful sight quickly turns back into a frown.
I'm sorry about earlier.
It's okay, Carrie. You don't have to apologize. In reality, it's her father's duty to apologize, even though I wouldn't blame him for his actions. It seems as if Carrie's mother, who is the loose cannon, Carrie herself definitely isn't fond of her. Shall we head downstairs then?
Yes, let's.
If this boy doesn't even try to get a kiss, I need to have words with him. Carrie and I make our way out of her room and down the staircase, leaving behind what we both had, leaving behind what was both a special, yet somehow depressing moment for both of us. Carrie had to recall a time when she wanted to forget, but at the same time it made us closer. I now realize that she didn't even speak much about her family issues. That I can't blame her for, and it's none of your business, but it wasn't the reason the two of us left the dining table. All I'll have to do now is wait until she's ready to speak about such things. Being able to help her is something I want to do. If we walk down the hall towards the doorway, Carrie's getting ready to see me off. I don't know where her father is, but I'll have to speak to him another time. Thank you for tonight, Carrie.
I should be thanking you. I'm glad you came.
I was press ganged into coming.
Despite.
Don't worry about that, Carrie. It's alright. Carrie smiles warmly, holding the handle of the door in her hands. I'm sure neither of us are ready to go yet, but I have to get back home
I'll
nonetheless.
see you on Monday.
She blushes, leaving me to give her a smile in response. I don't think I'll ever get tired of seeing those rosy cheeks. Alright, Carrie. I'll see you then.
Bye.
Kiss her! Dumbass. Shutting the door behind me, Carrie and I are now separated, myself feeling happy despite the cold of the evening. Her, well, I'm not really sure how she's feeling. In all honesty, I hope she's feeling better. Talking with her really made me feel closer to her, maybe even something more. I take my steps out of the garden, a pretty one at that, each flower still vibrant in the evening sunlight. It's quite a beautiful sight in that Carrie. It is Carrie's after all. The chirping of birds, the typical sounds of the morning, wake me up once again as I slowly but steadily prop myself upright and stretch out my arms. The room is still dark, giving a contrast to my attitude this morning. It's strange to think that the first thing on my mind after waking up is Carrie. Ah, he in love. I know that feeling. The first thing on your mind, and last thing on your mind when you go to bed. Someone you love. Although, given the situation last night, I can't really help it. Sure, my mind is amiss after Saturday. With what the roller coaster of events which had occurred, focusing on the positive seems to be the best thing to do at the moment. Carrie and I have gotten a lot closer because of it, despite our discussion involving nothing but her over her ruminating, rum, reminiscing. How about that? Over her painful history. I made up my mind. I want to help her, so I look forward to being able to see her today. It's a Monday after all. I rise from my bed, deciding now is the right time to get dressed and ready for school. Downstairs, I can hear my father boasting about his business and to my mother. It reminds me of my situation, how different me and Carrie really are. Time passes quickly, flowing like a river, guiding me throughout my day. I finish up my business, which involves nothing but a quick shower, brushing my teeth, and getting ready for another day at school. Heading downstairs is the next thing on the list. Walking into the dining room, I'm presented with the usual sight of my family joyfully eating breakfast. Even my sister has managed to make it down here before me, which is quite a rare sight. I take my place next to them in order to have breakfast. Listen, girl, if you're going to have toast, it's going to be whole meat. Whole meal? Whole meal. I prefer white bread, though. It seems as if my father is arguing with my sister over what bread they like the best. I myself prefer brown bread, but joining this argument wouldn't be the most idiotic thing I could do. Times like this usually go unnoticed. Times like these usually go unnoticed. The fact that I can spend time with my family. To think that Carrie only has her father is upsetting, though. Even more so, he's probably in work when she finishes school. She must be quite lonely. Boy, I was asking you a question. I turn to see my father's face inches away from mine, a sight which startles me. What? Thinking about Carrie must have caused me to shut off the outside world. Usually I'm not involved in these sort of discussions, so it's rare for him to bring it up to me. I said, what's better on toast, jam or honey, boy? Jam. Definitely. I don't know, jam? In all honesty, I prefer butter. But again, giving my own opinion would be upset to the situation. See, even your brother agrees. Don't take the opinion of someone who spaces out. I thought it was bad in the mornings. The two of them resumed their argument, with me and my mother trying to ignore the presence of the two idiots at the table. Breakfast today is the same as any other. For me, I wonder if Carrie's having hers right now. I take a glance at the clock, an action of which set my mind into motion once again. I'll be late for school at this rate. Is the clock still broken? If it was, then I'd definitely be too early. Not anymore. I fixed it. If you have a watch anyway, what does it matter? Oh, right. Well, I'm off. Goodbye. Goodbye, son. Alright, son, hopefully you bring back a girl this time. You might get your wish, old man. Despite my father's continuous comments about girls, it is what I'm focused on today. I deliberately decide to leave earlier than usual in an attempt to beat Carrie to our meeting spot. I step outside, bidding farewell to my family with nothing more than a brisk wave. I look forward to seeing Carrie, a girl I have become familiar with. The rosiness in her cheeks, the silkiness of her braids, and that cute edge of her embarrassed smile. It's not something I thought I would find when moving schools. And we're going to stop here for today. It feels like it's a perfect place to leave off. I feel like I'm definitely getting well in with Carrie. Even though that last scene, that's going to be a fun thumbnail to make. If you're enjoying this, and if you're enjoying my Pokemon series, go watch my Pokemon series. I know it's not like any of the other YouTubers because I do mine. I record mine differently. I don't use a capture device. I have an actual rig I hook up. But yeah, go check that out. I'm having a fun time playing Ultra Moon. But if you're watching this, you're probably more interested in visual novels. These will continue on the channel indefinitely. I love these now. I have become fully addicted to them. Leave a like and share it around. It helps me grow the channel, and I really appreciate it. And it lets me know that you're enjoying it. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to the channel as well to get a little insight into my madness. Lord knows I am mad with a lot of things. And with all that said, this has been Black Phoenix. Thanks you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.